Guys, let's talk about Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Arsenal lost that game by 2-1. Even though they assembled the Avengers, they still lost that game. And I see a lot of people saying that on Wednesday, looking at what happened to Arsenal today, with Thomas Partey, Arsenal is not going to progress to the finals of the UCL. But then listen to me. Today, Arsenal wanted to experiment something, and they did that. They were not interested in the scoreline. They were not interested in winning that game. Arsenal was trying a certain plan for the game against PSG in the second leg, and I'm here to explain that to you. But then, my two Ghana boys today impressed me a lot. Thomas Partey with Arsenal performed extremely well, and I'm sure he has given Arsenal a taste of hope. Next week, Thomas Partey is going to work because the goal Arsenal scored today, it was all from Thomas Partey. Also, Antoine Semenyo, who plays for Bournemouth, he came in the second half and he did something marvelous. I did not know that was part of his football skills. Because today he gave an assist, but the assist did not come from his legs, they came from his hands. And I'm here to talk about that and many more. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it. See, this game that was played in the English Premier League between Arsenal and Bournemouth, the team that wanted the 3 points the more was Bournemouth, because currently, if you check the EPL table, they sit 8th. Do you know what that means? If all things being equal, Bournemouth can play the Europa Conference League. All they want, all they have been fighting for this season is to play Europe. In Europe, that is what they wanted, an European spot. And looking at the way things are going smoothly for Bournemouth. So they wanted that more. But when I saw their starting lineup and Semenyo was not starting, I was scared. I was like, what is the coach thinking? Why won't you start your key player in a game like this? But that coach had something in mind. And we are going to come to that. Now, let's talk about Arsenal themselves. Arsenal, a lot of people felt like they were going to do a heavy squad rotation because their opponent, PSG, did some serious squad rotation and still lost the game. And people were expecting Arsenal to do the same thing, but Arsenal assembled the Avengers. Who was not in that game? Saka played, David Raya played, Thomas Partey played, Martinelli. In fact, every single person you would expect in the second leg in the UCL played that game. Now, the reason why Arteta did that is very simple. Arsenal is trying to do something new against PSG, and they want to implement it against Bournemouth first and see whether it would work or not. If you put the scoreline aside, the plan, it worked, but the execution was not done well. So they just have to go back to the drawing board and do the execution again. Today, Arsenal played extremely well. It's rather unfortunate that they were not able to get the all full 3 points, which I felt like they did not need. No matter what, looking at how this table is, Arsenal is definitely going to play in the UCL next season. See, we all know that. So Arsenal do not want the 3 points. All they wanted to do is experiment a plan against PSG. So they were doing it against Bournemouth first. And today, Thomas Partey once again had an insane game. He was the man of the match. See, Thomas Partey in the game played 2 positions. He played as a midfielder, as a progressor in the midfield, and also played as a right back. One player playing 2 positions in a single game. You hardly see that. Thomas Partey is the only one that can give you that. This season, he has missed, let me say, only 1 game for Arsenal in the EPL. Only 1. He has been present for almost all the rest of the games for Arsenal this season. This is a player that a lot of Arsenal fans have faith, believe in him that come second leg, come next week against PSG, he's going to be the difference maker. And today he did not disappoint. You see, Arsenal goal came from Thomas Partey, a pass from Partey to Odegaard, and Odegaard to Declan Rice, and that was the goal. Simple. Thomas Partey knows how to play the football. Thomas Partey knows how to control that midfield. And from what I saw today, PSG is an open game. That's what I'm waiting to see. Because I believe Thomas Partey can carry Arsenal to the promised land. Don't get me wrong. If Thomas Partey does what he has to do, the defense needs to support. But Thomas Partey alone, being fit, playing very well, extremely well, being on form, it's a positive every Arsenal fan should carry away. Today, what I saw with my eyes, what they were trying to experiment, was just mind-blowing. And I know PSG coaches, technical team, they are going to look at the game that was played today because under normal circumstance, Arsenal should have done squad rotation, but they played every single, first team player in the game against Bournemouth. Why would you do that? Unless you want to experiment something, unless you want to try something that you want to see if it would work against PSG. So that's what Mikel Arteta did, guys. And one way or the other, for me, I felt like it worked because they had a goal. They played extremely well. The goal that Bournemouth scored, the second goal, the winning goal for Bournemouth, it was a 50-50 scrapey chance. And I mean, Evan Nelson scored. But let's talk about Semenyo. Semenyo did not start the game yet. Semenyo came into the game in around 60-something minutes. And it took him 2 minutes to register an assist. Now, you might be thinking, assist there. You use your leg to play assist. No, Semenyo did not use his leg, guys. He used his hand to give an assist today. Now, when Semenyo came into the game, what I noticed is that every single time there is a throw ball closer to Arsenal's area, Semenyo goes in for that ball and he gives a long throw. That long throw is like corner kick or free kick. And that is what Semenyo did. There was a point in the game where Bournemouth had a throw, and Semenyo went there. A very long throw. Guys, you can see the picture on the screen. Due to copyright reasons, I can't bring in the video, but then you can see a picture here, live here on the screen. Long throw. And then straight to the player. Boom. That was a goal. So Semenyo having an assist gives him a better tally this season. The player is not joking. His CV this season is becoming richer and richer and rich. And I get why he's becoming attractive to a lot of clubs. Because what Semenyo is doing is mind-blowing. He either scores a goal or gives you an assist in a game. Even if he doesn't do any of those two, his outputs in a game is just absolutely crazy. And Semenyo today against Arsenal, even though he played 25 minutes, he was absolutely crazy in that game. Insane performance. Guys, insane. I'm using the word insane because you hardly see players come in the second half and energize their team like that. Because before he came in, it was 1-1. Everybody thought, that would be the scoreline at the end of the... No! Semenyo changed the game. Semenyo changed the game for Bournemouth. He changed the game. So, guys, let's take a look at Thomas Partey's performance in numbers very, very quickly. He played the full 19 minutes, playing 2 positions. If you take a look at his accurate passes completed, 36 out of 48, accumulating to 75%. If you also take a look at his dribble attempted successful, it is 2 out of 3. Ground was 1, 4 out of 10. If you also take a look at his defensive ability in the game, he had 1 tackle completed, 1 interception completed, and he was rated 6.5 by SofaScore. I believe that by far, this is Arsenal's most important player this season. Now, let's also talk about Semenyo's statistics in numbers. He was rated 6.8 by SofaScore. He played only 25 minutes, a very short cameo for Antoine Semenyo. He gave an assist in the game. If you take a look at his total touches in the game, he had a total touch of 32 in the game. Accurate passes completed, 8 out of 13, accumulating to 62%. If you also take a look at ground balls, 0 out of 4. I mean, he did not impact the game that much when it comes to, let's give an input, but his output every single time he's on the ball was just crazy. Because with that throw alone, he gave an assist with that. He also created a big chance in the game, gave 1 key pass in the game. As I said, he was not on the ball a lot. The input was not that much, but then every single time he was on the ball, he was giving a greater output. So Semenyo's performance in that game was crazy. 6.8 rating from SofaScore. Thomas Partey had a 6.5 rating from SofaScore. So, guys, let me know what you think about these two players and their performance for their various club side, because I have been impressed with both of them. But then, do you still believe Arsenal with Thomas Partey can make the incredible happen with, Arsenal? They are going to face PSG in the second leg Wednesday. Do you think Thomas Partey is the difference maker? Because today, in the stadium, people were screaming, Partey, 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 mama, hey mama, hey mama. They were screaming Partey's name because they know what Partey can do. And today he did not disappoint. As I said, he played extremely well, played 2 positions today. And I believe Mikel Arteta, whoever is an Arsenal fan, whoever believes Arsenal can make it to the finals, would be impressed with Thomas Partey's performance and be hoping that whatever was experimented today would work against PSG. PSG themselves lost the game today. They did a heavy rotation and lost the game today. This is a team that is preparing for Arsenal. So Arsenal themselves should be gearing up for Wednesday. So guys, this is what I'm going to end it. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.